Hey, it's your TC Josie. Today I will go over my favorite Gmail features. So I'm basically breaking this down to 3 favorite features in 5 different categories. So you'll walk away with 15. Make sure to like if you found this useful and subscribe if it's your first time. And I look forward to hearing back on any other tips that might help me in the future. All right, so the first 3 tips I have are around the view of your actual inbox here. So for so long, I struggled with this going up and down. I didn't know that you could actually remove these. So you can actually just go to Settings, All Settings, Chat and Meet. You can turn this Hangout off and hide the Meet section. Voila! You've got all of this visible now. So from here, the second in the view section is the way that you kind of put together your labels. I did do a detailed video on labels and filters, so you might want to check that out. It is on my YouTube channel. So I basically put priority, review, and next week for things that I want to kind of check back into. So I do the 1_ because it'll bring it to the top of my labels because it is in alphabetical order. So that's that. And also I have the agents and their brokerage with their properties inside. So instead of having all of the properties we have under contract, I just have it by agent, and I have my emails filter to go into these folders whenever something comes in. So if you want more details on how to do the filters with the labels, feel free to check into that video. The third one is the split plane. So here you can actually have it so your inbox looks like this. So if you have this email, you can make it so it looks more like the Outlook version of things. You can also have it look like this, where the message is at the bottom. And you can change this up and down, make it bigger or smaller, however you'd like. So those are my 3 tips about the view. All right, so the next is around composing emails. And I really tried to make this 3 for each category, but I couldn't help myself on this one. So for the first one is shortcuts. So I absolutely hate being, let's say, typing an email and having to copy someone, but I have to take my hands off of the keyboard to go to CC or BCC. You can actually just click Control-Shift-C and it opens up the CC. And if you do Control-Shift-B, it opens up the BCC. If you want to know a few more shortcuts, you can just hit the question mark or shift and / and all the shortcuts for Gmail will pop up. They do have a lot of things where you can switch inboxes, go to the next email. So if you want to learn a little more about the shortcuts in this, you just have to hit shift / or the question mark. So the next one in the composing is templates. So you can actually have this set up, and I have to make mine big because I have something, I'll talk to you about that in a bit. So these 3 dots, you can set it up to go to templates. Sorry, that's my dog. Bella, you just went outside. You just came in from outside. Come sit. Sorry. Okay, so you can set it up to have templates. I'm gonna have to let her out. And now she's staring at me from the sliding glass door. Anyways, okay, so templates, and it'll pop right up. These templates I don't use for my transactions. These are more like agent focused for my lead generation. So it'll pop right up and you can just send if you don't have to edit it. So I'm going to undo this here and move on to my next tip. So I have done this many times and have accidentally done this. I hit send without being ready for it to be sent. So you can actually make it so it's not a 5-second or settings. So you can make it so it's 30 seconds opposed to the 5 seconds. So you'll go to settings, and in general settings, you go down to undo settings, undo send, and it'll be at 5 seconds, but you can change it to 30 seconds so that that small, here, let's go back to the inbox. Actually, we'll go to drafts since I have that here. So if I accidentally sent this, this message will stay there for 30 seconds opposed to the 5. I can undo, fix what I have to, and that's that. So the third, I'm sorry, that was the third. So the fourth with composing is Boomerang. By downloading this extension, you just have to go to Google and do Google extensions. It'll bring you to the store, and you just have to download this Boomerang extension, and I will show you what it can do. It tracks your emails, so if someone read something, it'll log it in the system, so you know whether they've received it or not. It also logs attachments, so if they downloaded or viewed an attachment, it'll tell you that as well. Another thing is remind me in 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks to follow up about this. So Gmail does have this function, but I think it's like 3 days, and you can't customize it. So I really love that you can customize this and have it sent back to you. You know, if you have a deadline you need to have this by, you can set a reminder for yourself on that. And then the third thing with Boomerang is you can actually schedule a meeting through here. So let's just say onboarding meeting, and I am going to be onboarding this agent. Hi, Josie. Thanks for taking my call today. I'm looking forward to our meeting tomorrow. So I will put the cursor where it needs to be, and then I hit this Boomerang scheduling button, suggest times. It's going to give me, it's going to transfer over my subject, and then it'll give me a time frame. It'll add the person that I am sending the email to, and then it's going to pull up my calendar, and I'm going to say, okay, tomorrow I have 9 a.m. available. I have 11:30. I have 3 o'clock. So I'll leave it at that. So I have 3 times for her. Insert into email, and it is going to insert those times in a very nice, it's just that one little column. These are the days I have available. It'll also say, here are some times that I'm available. Please click a time that works for you. And calendar invitations will be sent to both of us. So when I send this to her, and I'll hop into this other email. So when she receives it, she'll open the email, and this will automatically pop up. She says, oh, 11:30 is best for me. It'll open up this new window, and it just says confirm. So if it could be a Zoom meeting, and I could have put the Zoom meeting link in there, a phone number. So I'll just say, you know, that's what it was, confirm. And then we'll both get an email and a calendar invitation. So those are my top ones for composing. All right, so number 3, yeah, that's where I am, is the app bar. Over here, you will see a few apps, and they are pretty amazing. So you can actually pull up your calendar in a day view and see everything that's going on. You can schedule from here as well if you wanted to, pretty easily, and invite guests, whatever you need to do. And then there is I'm going to skip over this one because I am going to go a little bit into detail on my next one in this one. So tasks as well. So you can actually have all of your tasks with dates, and you'd add a task, name it what you want. Hello. You can come in and put a date to it and a time. you can make it so it repeats on a weekly basis. So things like uh, post to social media or post to my Facebook page, I can do that on repeat at 10 a.m. every Thursday. So I can set that to repeat, and it's going to set it every 7 days. And starting December 3rd at 10 a.m. So when it comes into my tasks, if I click complete, if I complete that task, it'll come up on next week's tasks. So that's pretty amazing to have it right here. I completely changed from a paper to-do list to this just because it's amazing. Now, Keep is a basically like kind of sticky notes, and that's how it kind of works. So this I am going to go into detail in my next one. All right, for Keep, these are amazing. I am addicted to this app. So you can actually expand it here and it will open up to a whole new thing, right? So there are 3 things that I'm going to do here. Also, just so you know, if you do that shift forward slash or the question mark, oops, not add a new note. Sorry about that. So if you're clicked off of everything and do shift and the forward slash, it's going to give you the shortcuts for this app as well. So creating a new note, all you'd have to do is click C while you're in the app. This is also on your phone as well. So you can always have this tasks, just so you know, there is an app for tasks as well. So you can create a new note, a new list, and there are a bunch of shortcuts here. So if you wanted to dive into those, maybe learn 2 at a time, 1 week after another, that's a great way to kind of master your shortcuts. So that wasn't even one of the 3 tips that I have. So you can do these notes, right? And then you can have labels. You can label them pretty much whatever you want. And you'll go in, the labels will be here. So if you just want to look at marketing or planning or video ideas, you can do that. They are also you can also color them as well. So they're all at the same. So all of my notes are here, right? And everything will be here. You can actually pin these to the top as well. So if there's something you'd like to focus on, like this week's video is on Gmail, right? I would just pin it to the top. This reminder, I need to go to Office Depot for ink. I can pin it to the top. And all of these will stay at the bottom. So it's easy to pin them up to the top, remove them if you don't need it, and go from there. So also, you can create checklists as well. As you'll see here, this is my agent onboarding checklist. So this is kind of like a template. So I would go and make a copy and name this one Betty Doe KW. So I've got this checklist, I've got this new lead, I've got this checklist that I can just keep going through, and it'll just move it down to the bottom as completed. So I can follow this along, and that's kind of how I do my hot lead section. So so that's, that will be pinned. I'm working on that, and my template will move down to the bottom, which I like to keep it down at the bottom anyways. This was kind of just to show. So my next tip is location reminders. This is pretty awesome. So I need to go to Home Depot to buy ink. So I will create this Office Depot list, and I can put a bunch of other stuff, binders, pens. So instead of doing a reminder as a time, I can hit this reminder button, and actually, let me see if I can start this over. I can hit the reminder button, and I can do it by a time, but I can actually do it by a place. So I choose the Office Depot closest to me, save, close, and then whenever I'm near this location, it's actually going to give me a reminder on my phone. So If I accidentally forget that I have to go to Office Depot and I'm passing by my local one, it's going to give me a reminder. I can pull right in. So those are my 3 amazing things about Keep. Definitely need to try this out. All right, so my final tip around Gmail is incoming emails. So you remember we went ahead and scheduled this with Boomerang through the email with Josie, the other Josie. So you can actually do a lot of things around here. So if you don't want to address this right now, you can hit snooze and have it pop up in your email, let's say, tomorrow at 8 a.m., or you can pick a specific time. So you can also come in here and you can create a task from this. So you saw that I have these tasks here on the side. You can actually hit this add to tasks, and it's going to create a task with this email attached to it. So you can come in here and say, I want to, we're doing it tomorrow. So I want to do tomorrow. Oops, I didn't mean to hit repeat, but let's go ahead and tomorrow at, she said 1:30 or 11:30. So let's say at 10:30, okay, I want to prep for onboarding meeting with Josie. So I would do that. And then once I have it here, it's going to pop up for me tomorrow. And if I need to refer back to, oh, okay, what are we meeting about? I can just click this and it's going to open the email right up. So that would be, that's super helpful. So the next thing, you can actually schedule a meeting from an email. So let's just say, let's go here to inbox. This here, schedule final walkthrough. Josie said, oh, 6 works for me. Awesome. So you can actually schedule an event by clicking these 3 dots. Create event, and it'll open it right up. So we would change it to final walkthrough. Oops, misspelled there. 123 Main Street. You can do the location. And the guests that were on that email will be added to the guests here. So I had, let's say, me, the buyer, and the agent, and they will be added to these guests when you schedule something through the email of it itself. So when you create an event through the email, it'll attach everyone on there, and then you can go ahead and hit save, and it'll send everyone off. Also, I will say that you do have to change this here because it's going to give you the next available time, right? And right now it's 8:30 a.m., so it's going to give me 9 o'clock. So you would want to change to whatever time you agreed on in the email. So also, I have this where you see here, Josie replied to only me, right? But as an example, in this one, Josie replied to me and to the buyer's agent, right? So you can actually make it so you can reply to all instead of replying to one single person when there are multiple people in an email. So you see how that came through and this came through. Instead of having to go, oh, reply to all, you can have it in the back settings where if it is more than one person, the go-to is reply all. Especially, in real estate, and especially as a TC, I'm always copying other people and the agents. So this is super helpful because it saves me a few clicks, and those few clicks, I want to be done with things fast. So the way that you can do this is you'll go to your settings and then hit, instead of having it on reply, you'll do reply all in the general settings. All right, so that is it for my 16 with boomerang. Make sure to like if you found this useful, subscribe to make sure that you catch next week's. I'll be doing a series on Google and the things that you can do within it. So make sure to follow along so that you can catch all the tips and tricks from me. Please comment any other things that you find super useful and helpful and make you more productive, because I am all about making my life easy. Thanks so much for watching. See you later.